Just an idea that emerged from a counselling session tonight. You may have tried a form of meditation before called loving kindness meditation, or metta bhavana, because it's an ancient Buddhist form of meditation. That's the ancient name for it. And this is a meditation where you develop feelings of compassion and love, and I guess you could say respect and forgiveness and so on as well, for another person. And it's not an intellectual meditation. It's about arousing those feelings in ways where they're more naturally aroused, and then expanding them so you start to feel them for other categories of people in your life. So the way it works is you start off by directing this love and compassion toward yourself, which I guess you could say in one sense it's easier to do. In another sense it's not. I'm just thinking now as I'm speaking that the psychoanalyst Lacan said that the Christian injunction to love thy neighbour as thyself must be ironic because people hate themselves. Okay, so it is a bit of a challenge, but you can, in another sense it's not. So you start off this meditation directing this compassion and this love toward yourself. That's the first stage out of 4. When you've aroused those feelings very strongly, you direct them towards somebody that you love, that you care about, that you're in a good relationship with. And so again, that's not too hard, and that's so good. You continue this on. Now you're directing it toward others, and you're directing it very naturally, in a very flowing way toward another. Then, in the third stage, you try to direct those same feelings toward a person who is neutral in your life. So, somebody, a shopkeeper, somebody you have minimal interaction with. Then, and this is where it really turns into something special, is in the 4th stage, you direct these feelings, you continue, you've sort of got them on the boil now, and now you direct them at somebody you dislike, somebody you're in a problematic relationship with. And I was discussing this with a couple tonight, doing a couples counselling session, and the idea occurred to me and there were reasons why this occurred to me, which I won't go into, but I thought, well, why don't you two do this meditation, do it together, and silently, each doing it in yourself, because you can follow this in a guided way. Go on YouTube, type in loving kindness meditation, there are guided meditations for it, and you follow the meditation. So you start off directing it toward yourself, but then in terms of the other 3 people, they're all the other person. They're all the other person divided into their categories as you experience them. So the first category of your experience of them is that you love them. They're easy to get along with. There are things you really like about them. So you focus on those aspects of them in the meditation. Then, in the 3rd section, you move on to focusing on neutral aspects of them. See, so you're shifting from the things you like about them to just more neutral things about them. And you're directing love and kindness and compassion and understanding and warmth to those aspects of them. And then in the 4th movement, you direct your love and your compassion and your wisdom and your understanding, but this love you have for them, you direct it to them in those aspects that you dislike. Those aspects that are a real problem in the relationship between you two. See, there's a concept in psychology, especially in positive psychology, of a positive upward spiral, and this is a response to the notion of a downward negative spiral. So couples get into these negative spirals downward, and they take themselves into hell, and they poison the relationship. So how about doing the opposite? This concept has arisen mostly with individuals. You do this in your own life. Just as your life can fall apart, you can build your life up and create an upward spiral, and each new good thing that happens gives extra energy and boost to the next good thing that happens, and so on, and creates an upward movement. It creates its own energy moving upwards, just as you can have an energy moving downward. Do this as a couple and create a positive upward spiral between the two of you by, for example, doing a meditation like this. Then maybe what you can do is you can use another exercise from positive psychology that's really been proven in research to work well, and it's very simple, and it's just Reflecting on 5 things that you're grateful for. Now, this is a practice I often lead individuals to do, but how about you do this in this meditation with your partner? So you've each silently done this meditation where you've come to really send love and compassion and so on to all the aspects of your partner. Now you continue the meditation. The guided part of it stops. You turn the YouTube bit off, but you remain in silence. And you just speak from the heart. You don't have to take them in turn. You don't have to set this out in a structured way because you really just want to remain in the heart. And you share up to 5 things. You share 5 things that you're grateful for in the other, and you speak that from the heart. And you just, if it takes 5 minutes, fine. If it takes 10 minutes, fine. You slowly let that come out. So a great idea here. This is really about cultivating that love and creating a positive upward spiral between the two of you, because you can put your focus on the negative between you and send the relationship into hell and a breakup. You can put your focus onto the loving things, the positive things, what you love about each other, and let that become the guiding, powerful thing. And that will actually, it's not just that stuff's there as well and it's good, but that starts to shape the whole relationship and starts to shape your experience of each other and creates a feedback loop between you so that it remains and becomes even more so a loving relationship. You can go in either direction, make it go that way.